Hello, yes, it's Galadon once again, here with a quick video right before Christmas goes into full swing. Just wanted to say thank you to all those new members of Lost Phoenix 1 through 5. Many of you have joined because of these videos, and I appreciate it. We've got some great new members. If you want to learn more, check us out in-game, on Facebook, on Twitter, and yes, I will follow back. Just mention me and I'll be sure to follow you back. Alright, we'll start today's replays with an entertaining defense video by Metador, one of the Lost Phoenix elders. He shared this in clan chat a while back and I couldn't help but share it with everyone else. One thing I did notice here is you'll see that jump spell went down there, but as we remember, those troops don't necessarily use the jump spell, they go towards the next closest building or defensive structure. But here comes the interesting part. We've slowed it back down, we're at 48%. Almost all the troops are gone except for one witch and a massive number of skeletons. See them busting through that wall at the bottom there. Just 2 more structures needed for 50%. Here comes the first one, and a heartbeat. The gold mine goes down. They're headed towards that last camp. But then a strategically placed big bomb, and you guessed it, boom goes the dynamite. Sorry, I couldn't resist. What a great defense though. Just squeaks it out, earns himself 10 trophies. Alright, we'll get started with the first attack video. Me attacking that player with that name there. I wonder if that's the same that player with that name there as the last video. I don't know. In any case, it is that spider layout to a base, and I've gone ahead and pulled the king and the queen out. I didn't try to get the clan castle troops out because once again I'm going to attack, as you see, from the opposite side of the clan castle, hoping that they will assist me in getting to the town hall. So I've brought the king and the queen over here to this left enclosure, and I'm going to try to kill them, and hopefully the troops that take down the king and the queen will continue to take out those structures in that area. And then I do the same up at the top with the golem and several wizards. Then I send in my first set of wall breakers to get through that outer little wall there. The last golem, a few wizards. Now I send in a few more wall breakers, but they're just kind of a test group because I wasn't sure if they'd behave, and sure enough, they go off to the side there. So the next group goes in, and then a last group after them, hoping that they'll get through those 2 sets of walls if I throw a rage down here. Now we'll put it in slow motion. As you see, the last set of wall breakers is going to get burned by the multi-targeting inferno, but here come the clan castle troops. I went ahead and released the king and the queen because we're pretty sure where they're going to go. All structures on the outside have been cleared. A few wizards to support. Threw a freeze spell. Another rage spell. Now here's the key that makes the difference between a win and a loss here. That king wants to get to the last of the clan castle troops that are inside that wall. There's a witch there summoning skeletons. So the king is going to serve the purpose that the wall breakers could not, and go through that inner wall. Under rage, he makes pretty quick work of it, takes out the witch, and what happens to be next but the town hall. But those multi-targeting infernos have done their job. They've taken out every single unit except for the king and the queen. Down goes the king. And before you know it, I have 1 unit left, my faithful level 40 queen, and only 42% damage done. But if you take a look at the layout now, there's not a whole lot to stop her, so she's going to work her way, shooting over those walls. Getting a building at a time here, slowly working her way towards 50%. This has got to be torture if you're watching this replay as a defender now. You realize that there's nothing in her way to stop her here. She's at over 50% health. She only needs about 4 more buildings. That lone cannon is just not going to be enough to stop her. We're up to 47, 49%. 1 more building. Here it comes, 50%, 2 stars. Single-handedly she earns the 2nd star and an extra 9 trophies. Alright, for my second attack, we're going to take a look at my attack log here real quick. You'll notice that on there I attacked Nick SRJ from Brazil team twice within about an hour. And if you look more closely, you'll notice that the second time I attack him, he's got 24 more trophies than he did the first time I attacked him. So it looks like Nick's doing what we in Lost Phoenix call serial defending, or defending repeatedly on purpose, and having some success. Probably he had a win between the 2 losses from me. Although I didn't get him for 2 stars the first time, I did get better, learned from my first attack, and got him for 2 the second time. So as we take a first look at Nick's base here, we can see it is completely maxed out from walls to defensive structures to level 40 heroes. Went ahead and activated both of the heroes and pulled them out to the corner here. Accidentally grabbed a couple of the clan castle troops, not intending to pull them all out. And my second attack was pretty similar to my first attack in that I did come from this corner, threw the barbarians down just to try to make sure that I had the royals all the way out and to clear any bombs that were in the area. Dropped the barbarians, the witches, let them go to work, taking out the king and the queen. And then you'll see towards the bottom of the screen, I went ahead and dropped the first golem. Can't quite see him there. The first wall breaker is going to break open that enclosure. And then again at the top, golem goes down. A few wall breakers to get through that level 11 wall. There they go. Now I'm ready to drop my middle wall breakers, trying to get through the middle sections there. Just again, a test, dropped 3 of them. They didn't quite go where I wanted, so I'm going to drop a few more. Now when I dropped this last set, I see that they were targeting where I want them to go, so I went ahead and dropped the king and the queen, hoping to combine the wall breakers, the king and the queen, with the first rage spell there. Almost works. They get to that inner wall, don't get through it. The king and the queen go the wrong direction. But now here come the clan castle troops, so I had to drop a second rage spell just to try to help take care of them. And then, as the clan castle troops are headed towards those witches, my king and queen both decide to head around that corner along with the wizards and finish off those troops. Go ahead and drop the third rage spell there. I figure that's going to cover the town hall. And sure enough, who needs the queen? The town hall is just a memory. Okay, so maybe I did actually need the queen to help get that second star. Wrapping it up, 17 trophies. Alright, and here comes the last attack of 2013. Not that memorable for the base or the attack, but the offer that I had here was extremely memorable. I believe at the time that this player was top 10 or definitely top 20 in the world when I found his base. So I stared in disbelief at the screen for a few seconds at how huge the offer was, and then I tried to start to dissect the base because it was an unusual layout, trying to figure out which direction I wanted to come from. Ended up coming from the far west here, as you can see. I wanted to line up those inferno towers and get the clan castle troops on the opposite side of the town hall. And one of the benefits of his base design being so unusual is I didn't really have a set attack to use against this base, so I kind of had to go on the fly. I went ahead and decided that I'll try the left, right, center. Drop the first golem off to the right there, the second golem off to the left. Looks like there's actually only 3 enclosures that the wall breakers need to get through. The town hall is protected by a wall, but that's not going to matter if we get the queen close. Now we've gotten most of the compartments broken open there. They failed on that last one to the left, so a few more are going to head that way. The final set of wall breakers are actually going to redundantly blow up this capsule that's already opened here. But at this point I figure the king and the queen, they should head kind of towards that mortar, that wizard tower there right by the town hall. Pivotal moment in the battle. Which way will the heroes go? We'll notice that the inferno tower is under construction. It goes down without a fight. Queen goes left, king goes right, and then inexplicably they switch. King goes left, and here comes the queen goes right, but right into the rage spell, and there goes the town hall. But the battle's not over yet. We're only at 44% and there's almost no units left. Freezing that Expo and Inferno, hoping that the king and the queen can get through and get 50%. Now I just got the queen left. Gonna try to freeze that or rage that Inferno tower. There's a mistake. Throw the freeze spell down. Now there's no rage for the queen at all. But she gets through the wall and we managed to get 50%, maybe with the help of those units at the bottom. And up comes the totals. 34 trophies. That was an offer of 51. Never seen anything that high. And that's going to wrap up this episode. You may have noticed at the end of that attack there, yes, that was a text message that came across. Somebody texting me a photograph of a pooping Christmas elf. Merry Christmas. We will be back next year, mid-January, with the next episode. Until then, have a happy holidays.